Didik TV KPM.
Okay, thank you, Shafiqah. In this segment, we are going to talk about symbiosis. All right, so symbiosis is actually the close relationship between two plant species, and there are actually two types of interaction for symbiosis. The first one is called the commensalism, and the next one is called the parasitism. So let us look at what does commensalism means. Okay, so from the slide you can see that commensalism is actually commensalism is an interaction that benefits one organism but does not harm nor benefit the other. So what does it mean here is usually how I teach my student is, so one of them gets the benefit, so thumbs up lah. So one of them gets a benefit and the other one does not get any benefit, but it is not being harmed as well.
Okay.
So this is commensalism. So one gets a benefit and the other one does not get any benefit or being harmed as well.
Right.
Okay. So there are a few examples to it. For example, the bird nest fern. Okay, so this is a bird nest fern. This is the bird nest fern.
Okay.
And this is for you. What is this?
Orchid, Mr. Q.
Yes, correct. This is an orchid. Okay, so let me explain for bird nest fern first. Okay.
All right.
So the bird nest ferns usually it is situated on top of a taller tree. So it likes the higher places. Why? Because it can get support and also sunlight. Because plants need sunlight to grow, right? So to conduct photosynthesis. So it stays on taller tree, but this plant doesn't affect or try to destroy the host plant because it does not have any stem or roots that penetrate into the tree stem of the host tree.
Oh, that means it just sits on the tree.
Yes. So it just sits on top of it. So the benefit is for this bird nest fern, but the host, it doesn't get any benefit from
the fern.
The fern, but it also doesn't. It is not being harmed as well. So it is called a commensalism interaction.
All right.
Okay. For the orchid, it's also the same as well. So the orchid is usually situated at the trunk of some of the trees. So why does it get attached to this type of trees? It is because to get support and sunlight and also nutrient from the surrounding. So the good thing is it doesn't affect or harm the other trees or the host plant.
Okay.
So this is called the commensalism relationship.
All right, Mr. Q.
Okay, then there is one more relationship which is called the parasitism. Okay, from the definition, parasitism is an interaction that benefits one organism and harms the other. Okay, so so in school I'll do this. This is for one of the organisms benefit from it. It is also called the parasite, and then the other one will be thumbs down. Thumbs down because it's being harmed.
Right.
Okay, so in this interaction, the organism that gains the benefit is called a parasite, while the one is harmed is being called the host. And there are actually 3 examples that I would like to share with you today.
Okay, Mr.
So
Q.
the first one is called the Indian willow. So the Indian willow is actually a plant that it attaches itself to the branch of another tree. Okay, and its roots will penetrate through the body of the tree and sucked out all the nutrients and water from it.
Oh no.
So in the long run, that branch will die. And from the slide also, you'll see another plant which is called the Rafflesia. Do you know that Rafflesia is actually the biggest flower in the world?
Oh, yes it is, Mr.
And
Q.
we have it in Malaysia as well.
Yes.
Okay? But this big flower is unable to undergo photosynthesis. So the only way for it to survive is to attach itself to a host plant. So when it attaches itself to host plant, it will absorb all the nutrients and water from the host plant. So eventually the host plant will die and this Rafflesia flower will survive, will bloom, red in color.
Okay.
And actually there's one more one more example that is something extra, which is called the Australian Christmas tree. This Australian Christmas tree, where do you think it comes from?
Australia, perhaps?
Oh, you're right. Okay. So Australia, yes. And this tree is actually a parasite tree. Why? Because its roots will make connections with all the grass around it. Because as you can see from the picture, this tree is actually surrounded by a lot of grass, right?
Yes.
So it will absorb this, the roots underneath will absorb all the nutrients and water from all the grasses nearby. And finally, you see only this Australian Christmas tree is blooming and the others has no flowers on it.
Yes, I agree. Very, very dull for the surrounding trees.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Q.
Next, so I would like to students to do a bit of quiz.
Okay.
So since they already learned about this commensalism and parasitism. So, students, pupils, I would like you to write down the answer for A. Who wants to try for A? Put up your hand. Okay, Akif Anaki. For the first, for this quiz, what do you think is the answer for A?
The answer is parasitism.
Parasitism. So parasitism benefits one organism but harm the others. Very good. Can someone give me an example about for parasitism? Put up your hand. Okay, Zarik Zakwan.
The example is Rafflesia.
Rafflesia. Very good. Thank you, Zarik. Okay, next we have B. So I want you to answer, what's the answer for B? Who wants to answer it?
Answer? Raise your hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Adam?
My answer is Commensalism.
Okay, commensalism is correct because it benefits one organism, but it doesn't harm or benefit the other organisms. So can someone let me know what is the example for commensalism? Put up your hand.
Okay.
We have Alisa. Alisa, can you let us know?
The answer is orchids.
Orchid, yes. Let us check the answer now. Okay, looks like they have gotten all the answers correct.
Wow, good job, pupils.
So I think they deserve, all of them deserve 4 stars.
4 stars for today. All right, congratulations.
Okay, so let me summarize what we have learned today.
Okay, Mr.
So
Q.
the first thing we learned about today is interaction among plants is about, we have 2 interaction among plants. We talk about symbiosis, right? So there's 2 interactions, there are 2 forms of symbiosis, which is the commensalism and the parasitism. So commensalism benefit one, but it doesn't benefit the other or harm the other organism.
Right.
Whereas parasitism, it will benefit only one of it because the others, the host plant will die. So this is for interaction among plants.
All right, and there you have it. Perhaps, Mr. Q, as we end today's lesson, you could give an overall marks for our pupils online today.
I think they have done a great job actually. So I'll give them, I think they deserve at least 4 stars to 5 stars. 5 stars, I think.
5 stars. Wow, Mr. Q has rounded it up to 5 stars. Congratulations, everyone. A little bit of a clap for yourself. All right, great. Perhaps for people at home that are watching today, where can they get extra materials for, for some revision to do at home?
Yes, they can get it from Sumberku. They can get it from Sumberku, yeah.
Okay, as shown on the link on our screen right now, right, pupils?
Didik TV KPM